Welcome to Express Mobility. Today I have one of the forerunners in the electric mobility space, Mahesh Babu, who is the CEO of Switch Mobility. And Switch, as you know, has been making a lot of commercial vehicles which are fully electric, buses, light trucks, and today they've unveiled the IEV series as well. Mahesh, thanks for joining us.
It's my pleasure.
The IEV series, when do you see it rolling out on the road? And what kind of uptake do you expect from it?
See, as I said, the market is going to be huge in the coming decade. So we are looking at 100,000 vehicles in this segment by 2025 and about tripling it in 2030. Why I am saying this is what's happening in the transformation in the first mile and mid-mile mobility. If you look at e-commerce players, if you look at white goods, the India's consumption pattern have been substantially shifting towards sustainable deliveries, commitment towards efficiency and more on. So with GST and other things coming in the country, efficiency becomes important factor. In fact, through Gati Shakti and others, what Government of India is doing is to reduce the logistic cost down.
Right.
And hence the time needed for turnaround, utilization of the one, everything is critical at this stage.
Right.
So keeping all this in mind and importance of giving a customer the best value, so we have developed the architecture of IV series. So we believe that we need an intelligent electric vehicle in this segment, and that's what is going to be addressed by IV series. It's going to really transform the mobility here. Right now there are a lot of unpredictability on fuel prices, need for efficiency, need for connectivity, and all that is playing a vital role.
Right. What about the charging infrastructure for many cities? I mean, right now only a few cities have the infrastructure in place, and as I understand it, the IEV series would be like on a hub and spoke model. So how do you see the charging infrastructure being set up, and what is Switch doing in that?
So if you look at it in the segment we are in, we do a thorough study. Even in the bus segment what we are in, the hub and spoke model of the depot works very well. It's captive and it is not depending on public charging infrastructure. If you look at the IV series which we are giving, you can actually charge it in any 15 amps plug point. So we are giving a provision that it's home charging mostly. And apart from home charging, it has the capability to even as an option to have a fast charging on a simple any fast charging setup of any car available. That is the architecture most important which has been created by our technology team to make sure that it takes any public normal charging or fast charging, so that our customers don't need to do a specific charging infrastructure for this vehicle.
Okay. And when it comes to localization of components, like I understand now, batteries is, for all electric players, batteries is a very important component. Now, sourcing of batteries is going to be a challenge, I think, a few years from now. How do you see Switch, sorting that issue out?
No, sourcing of batteries is not 2 years from now. It has been a problem for a pretty long time. But the good news is the industry has learned how to handle the problem. So we have been in the industry for last so many years, and we have understood what to do, what not to do in this, and we have in fact have a complete battery assembly line in our own factory, and we get the cells and we assemble the battery ourselves through our partner. So if you look at it localized, I would say that we are one of the most localized players in the country right now and I believe that through the ACC PLI scheme announced by Government of India, many players have applied, and many players are even installing over and above that on cell manufacturing capacity in India.
Right.
But it's going to take about 2 to 3 years before we see the locally manufactured cell.
Okay.
So we are agnostic in using the cell. We are happy to migrate to a locally manufactured cell when it is available, and we are well prepared on the eventual.
And what about maybe alternative battery chemistries? Because we are all still looking at lithium ion at the moment, which is still kind of scarce. But there is research happening on alternative technology. Are you exploring those as well?
See, our technology team headed by our CTO has multiple strategies of technologies evaluated. But looking at a commercial perspective, I'll tell you that setting up a manufacturing facility to scale up any new technology is going to take a decade. Right. What you see today, for example, on the lithium ion technology is all done in 2010s and 2011. So it takes 10 years to build up a manufacturing capacity to build a certain chemistry, and that's what has happened. So I strongly believe till the end of this decade, it's going to be really lithium ion dominance. Any alternate play, any battery of alternate is going to be a niche segment. We'll have to see how does take off in the future.
Okay. And one question on the urban transport scene. Now, Switch is providing buses in a few cities as of now. Do you see a smaller format also coming in for the last mile connectivity?
Yeah, so you have to wait till tomorrow when Nitin Gadkari comes and unveils the new bus. So, having said that, I can tell you that there is a lot of inquiries coming on metro feeder services.
Yes.
Because even in a small lanes, it is difficult to run a public big bus, but there is a need for a smaller footprint variant.
Yes.
So, if you look at it, we are the only player who are from normal bus to a double decker, not only in India but globally. So we will be obviously looking at something exciting in that space. But having said that, that segment also needs privatization. That I have been talking to the government on many areas. Because STUs or state transport undertakings and the one run a bigger format of the bus. They have learnt a lot of things, but smaller format of the bus needs to be more deregularized and it needs to be privatized. When we do that, I think that segment will grow substantially.
Great. So on that note, I'm going to let you go. That was Mahesh Babu, CEO of Switch Mobility at the Auto Expo 2023, and you can follow Express Drives for all the coverage on what's happening at the Auto Expo as well. Thank you.